Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good night. I would have everyone had a great day or is having a great day or will have a great day. Oh my goodness, this intro is getting a little long. Today we're playing Diffraction, which is also part of the Storyteller Festival on Steam this spring 2023. It's a story about a group of friends. It's just so. I'll leave Fane in your capable hands, alright? Alright. I gotta go, or I'll lose the duck. What? You can't. And he's already gone. Figures. We came all the way up the mountain, and he abandons us to go on a literal wild goose chase. Hey Fane, you okay with this? I think it was a wild duck chase. That's really not the point here. What is the point then? Never mind. You don't have a camera, right? Are you just using your phone or something? I'm okay without anything. I'll just watch you. Flash. Huh? Why are you taking a picture of me? Because you have to participate somehow here. How are you going to learn to be a famous photographer at this rate? I don't take pictures though. Maybe you don't, but I do. I'll be a super famous photographer one day. That sounds cool. I'm sure you'll be great. Are you trying to make fun of me? No, I think you could do it. Oh. What if I said I want to be a well-known influencer too? You'd do amazing for sure. What if I wanted to be a T-Rex? I heard they sell those blow-up dinosaur costumes in the next town over. Ah, jeez. Miss Picasso? Miss Picasso. Huh? Are you alright? Ah, stupid. Why am I daydreaming at a time like this? Apologize, ask her to repeat self. Sorry, could you please repeat yourself? As I was saying, we currently can't afford to invest in anyone without at least 3 years of relevant work experience. The woman vaguely flips through my portfolio. It's clear based on how quickly she turns each page that she's barely taking anything in. Now, that isn't to say your work isn't good. You might even be a good fit for our company once you get some experience. But unfortunately, 3 years of personal social media work isn't quite our standard for experience. I understand. Of course, it's not like I haven't heard that one before. You know, I'd be quite happy to give you a chance despite your bland, boring portfolio, but you need to want it, to have a passion for it. Our biggest clients are all want tasteful, cultured body shots of themselves, and we are a discreet studio dedicated to art. You're just not convincing me right now with all this social media nonsense. We can't just take on someone who's done nothing but play around online over the last few years. If you're that good, you should start figuring out how to get some solid marketable skills or add some culture to your portfolio. No thanks. Wow, your portfolio is excellent. Wait, what? Yes, I think we could definitely offer you a place on our internship program. Really? We can't pay you, of course, but you get a whole lot of exposure and work experience. Should have known. So how about it? I'm sure we can make it worth your while. I'll give it some thought. Thanks. No. Nothing but rejections. I was told applying at job fairs was supposed to be easier, but that's not true at all. At least email rejections aren't as brutal. This was such a waste of time. I should just steer clear of Mr. Cultured's booth as much as possible. Another day, another disappointment, I guess. That sounds cool. I'm sure you'll be great. Great, my butt. I wonder what that boy would think if he saw me today. Would he still think I'm doing great? What a silly thought. Thinking about some kid after all this time. But it's a bit sad. I remember what he said perfectly, but I can't quite remember his name. I swear it started with an F, right? Was it Fang? No, I think it could have been Frank. Maybe it was more of a Finn? Wait. Isn't that Fane? Hey! My quiet exclamation is lost in a noisy crowd, as is the sudden flicker of an all too familiar face in the distance. Without realizing, I take a few steps forward. It can't be. Fane? Why is he here? Where's he been? Did he look different? A million questions surface, but before there's time to think about any of them, I'm already running after him. The crowd around me blurs while my focus stays on the spot he last stood. Only in the rush I'd forgotten to look where I was going. Wait, hey, watch it! A man I collided with utters a panicked curse as his things clatter to the ground around him. A few startled people nearby also quickly back away, eyeing us with a mixture of surprise and concern. There's no time to worry about this. I have to get up. I sweep my dropped portfolio and ready myself to run once more when... Crack. Uh-oh. Oh, crap. There, beneath my shoe, lies a very shiny, very new-looking, very broken beyond repair smartphone. Oh, dear. Apologize and run after Fane. I can't deal with this right now. I need to find Fane. Looking up from the cracked phone, I catch the stranger's gaze and hesitate for a moment. It's no good. I don't have time for this. I'm sorry. I have to go. I'll come back later. Without looking for a response, I quickly turn to run after Fane once again. Barely evading a few more startled passers-by, I made my way towards the place where I last spotted him, occasionally catching a glimpse of light blue hair. I ended up finding myself just outside of the venue exit. How is he so hard to catch? I don't even remember him being athletic at all. Despite the fact I had been running, he seemed to have already vanished in the direction of the park. Finally? Wait, where did he go? The park appears to be empty. Or so it seems. Until I spot movement beneath a wooden picnic table as what seems to be a head peeks out over the bench. Our eyes meet for just a moment. Fane? The boy startles. A short thump could be heard as his head met the underside of the table, wobbling it slightly. Ouch! 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 Clasping his head, he seemed to flinch for a moment before attempting to clumsily scramble out from under the table. What was he even doing down there? Is he trying to hide? Are you okay? Maybe I should go to help him. Carefully, I make my way around the table. Perhaps he needed help, but seemingly in response to my advance, the boy hastens his scramble to get to his feet. I'm fine. There's an unexpected level of coldness to his tone. Could I have made a mistake? No, I'm sure it has to be him. He even reacted when I said his name. You are Fane, right? That's me. So? With his hands and knees covered in dirt, he now stands upright, and uncharacteristically wary look on his face. Well, that's direct. I really should have thought of something to say before speaking to him. Maybe he just doesn't know who I am after all these years. Do you remember me? Fane seems to tense up further at my question, and for a moment it looks like he'll answer me. But instead he continues to avoid my gaze as he fiddles nervously with the camera hanging from his neck. Well, this isn't awkward at all. It's me, Picasso. You know, that person you met at photography camp that one summer. We spent the week paired up. Not even a flicker of emotion or recognition appears with my words. What do you want? Actually, what do I even want? I scrambled through a crowd for him, so what now? Honestly, I'm not really sure. I just saw you and then, well, I just kind of ran after you without thinking, I guess. He seems to study me carefully as I speak. I've been out of town for a while and I really don't know anyone here anymore, so I guess I thought it might be nice to talk to you again. But it's okay if you don't want to. Though his posture remains tense, something seems to give way in his expression as he looks away once more, his mouth remaining closed in a thin line. It's not that I don't want to, I just... He looked down at his camera nervously for a moment. Maybe he's feeling shy? If you don't want to talk right now, how about giving me your social media, or I guess I could give you mine? He looks back up at me carefully. You don't need to message me or anything. I probably won't really have the time to talk much anyway. It'd just be nice to not lose contact again, you know? Well, I guess this probably seems kind of weird to you since you don't remember and all. What am I even saying at this point? I barely have time for myself, let alone for reviving forgotten friendships. He looks at me thoughtfully, before beginning to search his pockets and clumsily digging out a rather beat-up looking smartphone. He takes a minute to search for something. Finally, he points the screen at me, a profile page open. Here, I don't know how to do this. Just a sec. Digging out my own phone, I note his profile name. Fane635551? Right, got it, thanks. He hesitantly pockets the phone again, continuing to awkwardly stare at me for a bit before finally muttering, I'm late for work. Fane raises a single stiff hand, in what can only be assumed to be a greeting gesture of sorts. Okay. Bye. And without another word, he scrambles off toward the other park entrance. What was that? Well, whatever that it certainly wasn't the Fane I remember. I guess I have his account now, though. Might as well take a peek. And let's see what we have here. Fane635501. Maybe his profile will tell me why he's being so weird. 5 followers on 1 post? How does he only have 1 post? It's even from 3 years ago. And it has 75,000 likes. It has 75,000 likes? Wait, what is this? How? The numbers are still there no matter how much I look at the post. This makes no sense. He might have just reposted something, right? Dumbfounded, I can do little more than continue to stare blankly at the screen. What am I missing? The sound of my own stomach growling derails my thoughts. Well, it's late. I can think about this later. I should probably get home before it starts raining anyways. Mom's not going to be happy if I'm late either. I should. I forgot the phone guy! I'd only taken a few steps in the direction of home, when all of a sudden a thought flashed back into my mind. Wait. Crap, I totally forgot about him. I completely ditched him back there. What was I even thinking? An avalanche of conflicting thoughts hit me. Should I go back for him? Would he even still be there this late? How would he react if I did find him? Surely he would be angry at me for running away like that, right? Never mind, that would be super awkward if I ran into him again after this. Oh no. As I continued to mull the issue over, I couldn't help but cringe internally at the thought of that. Okay, calm down and think. If I remember right, the job fair is still open for a bit for the evening event, so he might still be there. And I should probably at least try to do the right thing, shouldn't I? Just as I am contemplating this, I feel a cold drop of rain hit my cheek. Soon a flurry of heavy raindrops follow. Looking up, I find that the sky above has taken a foreboding shade of gray. Fine. I so don't have time for this, but I also don't think I can just go home after remembering this. And so, without wasting another moment, I begin running through the rain back towards the building where the job fair is being held. I pause to catch my breath. I should really stop neglecting my workout routine. My clothes feel damp from the rain. Okay, focus. Having caught my breath, I pull myself up, scanning the space ahead for the man with the broken phone. The venue is fairly empty at this point, so I can easily see across the expanse of the hall. However, I can't see him here. Could he have left already? Well, he was kind of flashy looking. I guess I could. Catching sight of a nearby unoccupied booth, I wander over. Excuse me? I catch a woman's attention. How can I help you? Well, I was looking for someone, and I was wondering if maybe you saw him. He described the situation best. How do I even begin to explain this mess to someone? Well, earlier today, I accidentally crashed into someone here and knocked him down. I think I might have ended up breaking his phone too. Have you perhaps seen that guy by any chance? The woman gives me a withering look, clearly unimpressed about what I just told her. She then opens her mouth as if to say something, but before she can do that, we're both interrupted by a voice behind me. It seems like the lady does know of her crime. I turn towards the voice, only to find the exact person I was looking for. And here I thought my dashing, handsome self had been discarded like a used tissue once she disappeared. Does he need to describe himself as dashing and handsome? I'm so proud of you for coming back to take responsibility. I'll admit I didn't expect that from the girl who so ruthlessly smashed my custom engraved $5,000 phone beyond repair and then ran away. His tone might have been mistaken for playfully joking under different circumstances. However, the pointed stare he directs at me tells me an entirely different story. He smiles at me. It is absolutely not reassuring. For a moment, an awkward silence falls. I awkwardly make eye contact with a woman who died to ask for help. She continues to smile at me, but is clearly uncomfortable. This is so awkward. We should probably continue this in private. Well, it looks like I found him. Thanks. Without another word, I quickly turn to leave, soon hearing his footsteps follow behind me. A glance back at him has him smiling and shrugging at me as though what just happened wasn't entirely his doing. Kind of starting to irritate me. Safe distance away from prying ears, I come to a stop, as does he. It doesn't look like he's going to start this conversation, so I guess I will. You realize I was there looking for you, right? I turn to face him. He looks back at me innocently. So I really don't think you had to go and make a scene like that. It was totally uncalled for. Huh, he raises an eyebrow at me skeptically. Clearly unimpressed with that response. Okay, I did deserve this since I did run in and abandon him like that, but still. This is clearly getting me nowhere. Okay, fine. I came back to apologize about your phone. I'm so sorry about that, and running off afterwards. I'd like to make it up to you somehow. And how are you going to do that? How am I going to do that? I hadn't actually thought of that far ahead. Maybe I can tell him I'll pay him for it when I get more money? Just as I'm about to tell him that, however, I pause as I remember his earlier words. I look up to find him smiling at me as though he somehow read my mind. I did say that I was worth $5,000, didn't I? Brand new, customized engraved. I almost forgot to mention that all the work I probably lost by not being able to access my email. I'd love to know what you have in mind. You don't know how you make it up to him, but you want to try. I don't actually know what I can do, but I want to try. He makes a show of tapping his chin, humming all the while. Luckily for you, I am not only handsome, but also quite merciful. I'm sure we'll think of something. Well, looks like I've got to get going now. I'll be in touch. Wait, how will you contact me? I have my methods. He has his methods? What does that mean? Before I can ask, he's already turned to leave, giving me a small wave. Okay then, I guess. Thoroughly confused, I stand around for a good few moments, watching him wander off until, crap, what am I doing just standing here? I quickly wrestle my phone from my pocket and check the time. I knew it. It's already 6:30 p.m. I'm totally going to be late now. I quickly begin making my way towards the nearest exit. Dad won't be happy if I'm late for dinner again. I should probably move faster, and so I did, making my way home. The walk back home is a relatively short and uneventful one. Soon enough, I'm standing at the entrance of my parents' house, contemplating how best to explain my complete lack of success at the job fair to them. I guess no matter what, they'll find out sooner or later. Might as well just bite the bullet and get it over with. Turning the key, I push down the door handle. Here goes! Entering the house, I quietly close the door behind me, taking off my shoes, before proceeding to walk down the now rather dim hall. I hear the muffled sound of the TV coming from the living room. Guess they must have already eaten. Quietly opening the door, I peek into the room to see my father sitting on the sofa, watching what appears to be the news. I'm back. He looks over at me curiously. You're back late? Yeah, sorry about that. I got held up a bit. Better not tell him about Fane. Seems like it. You're soaked, though. So how'd it go? Find anything? Not really. I wasn't what they were looking for, I guess. I see. He pauses as he looks at me, seeming to consider his next words carefully before finally relenting with a short sigh. That's okay. We can talk about this tomorrow morning when your mother is back from her shift. Get some rest for now. You look tired. And make sure to take a warm shower and dry off completely before you catch a cold. All right, I will. I pull the door shut slowly. Good night. Night, sweetie. Well, that went better than I thought for now. For now. I make my way to my room, dumping my jacket and bag next to the door before collapsing onto my bed. I wonder what Mom and Dad will say tomorrow. I told them I'd try my best to get a job, but look at me. All I got out of today was a load of mean comments and some guy asking me to work for exposure. Maybe that one booth guy was right. Maybe my portfolio is just bland or something. So depressing. Come on, think happy thoughts. I'll just have to work on making my portfolio even better so they'll have no choice but to hire me next time. Who am I kidding? That's what I tried to tell myself before the job fair, yet today was even more of a disaster than usual. What a day. I still can't believe that was Fane. He acted so different compared to what I remember, not to mention the hair. And the camera. I thought he barely used phone cameras before, but the one he had was actually a good one. Speaking of which, Mr. Dashing and Handsome, more like Mr. Self-Flattery, sure, I broke his phone and left, but he could have just discussed it normally with me. I don't want to even know what his methods are. Let's just hope I never see him again. I should probably get up before I end up falling asleep. I still need to eat dinner and take a shower. Oh, I'll try to finish those uploads tomorrow. Maybe send out some more job applications. Chapter 1 End. Mayday. Thank you for joining me. We're gonna take a pause here and we'll be back for another episode maybe in the future. We'll see.